They don't start mini camps tomorrow, Green Bay, but there's been so much positivity already. We love it. And a lot of that coming from their quarterback, who it's hard to have questions about with how he ended up last year, Jordan Love. He's been showing up and taking charge despite a lingering contract situation, because that's just the kind of guy he is, and he'll tell you all about it. And he was asked about the wide receiver room, and like, do you guys have a number one in here? Are you all ones? What's the lay of the land?
You don't have to have a number one receiver. I think it works out well when you can spread the ball out, and you got different guys making different plays, and you can put them in different areas. I think it puts a lot more stress on the defense, and the calls that they can get in. So I think in the long run it helps us in not having a number one guy, a true number one guy, but I think all those guys can step up and be the one, any given day.
Cliche, trite, but if he's right, he's right. If you take a look at it, all of these guys did step up on any given day and have a day. The distribution is insane. The individual efforts are incredible. Their top 5 single game totals came from 5 different wide receivers. Jordan is not wrong. They're the only team in the league that can say that. And just beyond last season, I can't remember the last time something like this has ever happened. Hammy? No, you would have told me. You would have written it in here. It's not in here.
I don't know. I don't think that it has. It's so to have 5 different wide receivers up there, that doesn't happen. You look at like the Browns, for example, their top 8 were all Amari Cooper. The Cowboys, 9 of their top 10 were CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah. It's just how long can you keep it that way? How long can, and it's a huge credit, Love, sure, but to coach.
Yeah.
Huge credit to coach to have these young, hungry guys knowing that there's a bigger thing at play. But it's, when paydays and stuff start coming up and incentives and bonuses, it's going to come up. And if you look at it, Christian Watson is now healthy. So how does that sort of figure into the mix of who is the number one and who not? But I don't think it's going to change this year. I think we're going to be looking at more of what we haven't really ever seen, is all of these guys being able to step up. And Goody caught a lot of heat for his approach of trying to sort of build this roster the way that he did, but maybe he was just ahead of this thing. We saw the Chiefs win a Super Bowl without a bona fide number one. Packers a few plays away from going to the NFC Championship game without one. They're watching Minnesota back up the Brinks truck for Justin Jefferson. They're zigging when they're zagging. Like, it's, I don't know. I don't know what the indictment is or what to tell about the NFL receiver market as it continues to evolve and shift, but what matters is that Super Bowl sort of pattern that we're seeing with paying your wide receiver or your quarterback and how it's basically impossible. So interesting to see what they're doing. The world's ahead of them. The world is the Green Bay Packers oyster, and I think they know it.
Yeah.
It's wide open for the taking, and if not next year, the year after. I know they have to pay Jordan, and they will. Okay, we got AJ Francis on the show. Yeah.